I just wanted to show you guys how I hog out these mortises ahead of time. I don't do it the old way, the brace and bit, but I'm using my drill press, drilling two inch and a half holes here, one here and one here, and then chisel the rest out. And this hole is going to be 3.5 deep because the tenon's going to be 3 and tenon's going to be 3.5. This is going to be 3 3/4 deep, and I marked it on my drill bit here of how far I'm drilling down. I have to actually drill it in stages because I have to move my travel on my drill press is not long enough to go 3.5 inch, 3 3/4. So. So I'll make my my second set here. All right, now I'm going to chisel out the rest of the mortise after drilling out the 2 big holes, and we'll chisel this open, and then we'll fit the. I like to start in the corners and get them squared up. And I suppose I don't need to do it as precise as I am, but oh well, old habits die hard. Should really make myself one of them wood mallets for clobbering with a chisel. I'll get my corners squared up, then I'll take out the center material. That wood chip flying reminds me that it's always good to wear safety glasses when you're out in the shop. That's why I always have them on. Safety's no laughing matter though. I use them when I use my power tools. When I use a table saw, absolutely always wear my safety glasses. Heard about a guy that had a piece of carbide off a blade, flew off and embedded itself in his safety glasses. I've always worn them ever since I was a kid in woodworking shop, school. Using planer. I don't use them when I do hand tool stuff. But, not a bad idea. And I don't know about you guys, but I have several sets of chisels. These are my wood chisels that I keep on the wood board. They're only for this kind of stuff. I have chisels in my toolbox. Different set of chisels in there, a couple different kinds. So I abuse some chisels and other ones I keep only touching wood and clean wood. Chisels aren't that expensive. Having a good sharp chisel is invaluable sometimes. Clear the hole. We're getting down there. Take this middle part down and out of my way. Work on the corners more. I'll bring it back when I got it finished, and then we'll take a look at the tenon, shaping the tenon.
Okay, now I'm going to work on this tenon, and really all I'm going to do here is just round over the edges with a rasp and rasp it down, and to get it fit into the mortise hole that I have here. That's all done now. So I'll get it to fit in here real nice and snug, and then it'll be done. I'm using this really heavy rasp. We're just going to ease these edges over. First thing I'm going to do though is I'm going to cut this material right along here a little bit, just in case I have to cut on the top side. It'll want to chip out a little bit. This will help reduce it from chipping out. I'll take my chisel and just take a little bit of material off so that I got kind of a shoulder. You know, everything below here is going to be hidden in the mortise, and so if I cut this down, even if it's a little, this will cover up anything that's not tight, but it'll be tight enough. Then we're actually going to put a peg in it too. I'm easing off the edges only because all of the tenons that I've ever seen on the barns that we've taken down, all the edges are eased over like this. So the old timers obviously knew that if you ease them over a little bit, it helps out for getting them in the mortise. Of course, I didn't even check if it would fit. I got my top marked. Top is going to be up there. Yeah, it's a little large. Just a little wide, a little long. So we'll take some material off the two sides, or two in here, and the sides look pretty good, so I'll take a fair amount of material off of the top edge here and the other side. Probably take a little bit with a chisel. See here, when I cut it, it popped out a little bit, so I'll take and clean that up a little bit with the chisel and rasp. Aren't these great knives? Cheap knives. They're awesome. With the razor blade in them. Use the heck out of these things. You gotta be careful when you're doing like this here on the shoulder, because you can easily chip out the other wood. I tend to take a little bit more off on the far end of the tenon, because I know that that'll be down in more and need to slide in there good. Just clean up this face here and we'll see what it fits like. Alright, let's give it a try here once. Oh wow, look at that. Oh, how about that? Hot dog. Alright, well there we go. So, now we have all these done. All we got to do is we got to put the stretcher that goes between the two sets of legs, cross stretcher, and we got to make the mortise and tenon for that. So I got to work on that next.